friends. Today we're going to be making some different types of shakers. I have a measuring cup, some different types of small things. We've got some rice here in this little bag, quinoa, which is also kind of like a rice substitute, except for it's got like really small little pieces. And then I found some paper clips. I was kind of curious as to what those would sound like in a shaker situation. I kind of went through my kitchen to see what else I could find that I have here at my house, and I came up with a little to-go cup. It's just a paper cup with a lid, and there's a really small hole at the top of the lid, so it's going to be very easy to tape that up so that we don't have an issue. I also have a little Tupperware, and so this is just a little glass Tupperware. I'm also curious to see if the shaker will sound different in a glass versus a paper thing, and that's something that you could experiment with at your own house. But this one has a lid that kind of sticks on it really good. So if you want to make a shaker that is easy for you to take apart, Tupperware would be great. And then I also have this empty box, so it's just a normal cardboard box, and it's pretty long. So I was wondering what the difference would be, in like a shorter container versus a longer container. So that's another one. And this is a box that's got like the little tabs at the top, and I think I would just have to tape the top of it. So it'd be a pretty easy thing to do. So let's go ahead and get started with the small Tupperware. I'm gonna push all this stuff to the side so there's not just a ton of stuff going on. We'll do the quinoa for this, the little pellets. Since it is such a small container, I might not use the measuring cup for this one, just because it is so small. So we'll do the small container, and I'll pull a little few of the quinoa seeds out and kind of put them in the palm of my hand so you can see. We're really talking about pretty small little pieces here, nothing too crazy. So I'm gonna put those in there. Maybe fill it about, I don't know, just fill the bottom of the container, I think is where I'm gonna start. So I filled the bottom of the container, and this is a Tupperware, so it's really easy to seal. So I'm just gonna put the lid on the top. Shakers are cool because you could either fill them up more, or you could, empty some out. I'm trying not to make sure the Tupperware goes everywhere, but so I sealed the lid on. I can feel there's like a little air bubble at the top here. You can hear it. It's a pretty, since the pellets are so small and it's hitting the glass, it's a pretty light sound. Now it sounds different when it taps the sides versus the top. If I turned it all over, and I know that this isn't going to fall apart because it's got a good lid on it, but versus just the glass, it's a very different sound. I'm kind of curious to see if we added a little bit more, if it would be any louder. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. All right, so I'll put the lid on that. Oh, substantially louder. And it still is being the loudest when it's hitting that orange lid versus just the bottom part. That's cool that you can have different sounds within one shaker. So this shaker could be, if we wanted it to sound like a harsher sound, we could shake it on that bottom part. You could even like the difference between sliding your arm side to side versus up and down. Or if I just wanted it on the glass side, almost sounds like jingle bells to me, kind of like sleigh bells. You could do a combo, like a combo move with the glass and the plastic lid. So I'm pretty pleased with how that sounds because I like how the orange side sounds different than the glass. And there's a lot of combinations. So I think I'm going to seal my quinoa up. And I'm going to put that shaker to the side because I'm pleased with how that sounds. All right, so let's work on our rice cup shaker. I am going to measure this one just because the cup's a little bigger. I'm not exactly sure how many ounces this holds, but let's take our measuring cup and let's see what maybe 1/4 of a cup sounds like. So I'm going to pour my rice in my measuring cup. Put my rice to the side. Okay, that looks like 1/4 to me. Got 1/4. Okay, I'm going to pour that in my cup. Ooh, this is already a lot louder. Nice. Okay, so shakers are cool because it's all trial and error. If you don't love how it sounds, just put more in there or put less. Since this does have a hole in it at the top, the little drinking hole, I'm going to go ahead and take my tape. And I'm going to put a little piece of tape over that hole so that we don't have any rice spill all over the floor. That would not be good. Okay, so I've sealed my hole right there with the tape. Okay, so I'm going to try shaking this one up and down, see if you like the sound of it. That sounds a lot more like a maraca to me than the quinoa and the little Tupperware. So shaking it side to side. I'm pretty pleased with how that sounds. I'm kind of liking the 1/4 of a cup. If you want yours to sound maybe a little louder or something, maybe add another 1/4 of a cup. I would say don't rush in and throw a bunch of rice in there, but I kind of like how that one sounds. Let's see if the lid sounds different than the body of the cup. And then the body would be over here. It's a pretty good sound. I kind of like that one. So you can already see the rice sticking to the tape. I'm also not worried about taping the lid onto this one because I know that the lid fits on pretty well. So I'm going to say I'm pleased with that one as well. So we can seal our rice back up. I'm not going to use my measuring cup and my paper clips on my next one. But we're going to definitely need to keep that tape around. Put my measuring cup up. Okay. So this is just a box. I have quite a few paper clips in here. I don't know how many. I would say maybe more than 30. I'm just going to pour some in there. I poured almost all of them in there. Why not? Okay. And then we'll seal the box. And then with boxes, you don't have to, oh, I missed one. You don't have to tape them shut right away. But I'm almost wondering if this is going to sound like a rain stick. You know, you can kind of slide it slowly and it will sound like maybe rain's coming. They kind of all stick together. Ooh, that is definitely a different sound than what we have already done. I kind of can feel that the paper clips are all spread out in the box. That is a good sound. Let's see if we can try the rain stick thing again. Just kind of slowly slide the paper clips down the side of the box. So they get stuck together. I wonder if we have less of them in there, if it would, you know, make a different sound. That's the good part about this project is you can always open things back up and add less or more. So I put about half back in my bowl. Let's see if this makes a difference. Okay, that part sounds the same. Let's try our rain stick. Was better. I still think this might be too big, so maybe for the box it would have been better to do the rice or the quinoa, but I like the overall sound of this instrument, maybe not for a rain stick. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my tape on the top of my box, kind of to seal it in, make sure we don't have a paper clip party all over the place. And if you don't have tape, you can use rubber bands. You can use, I found some like aluminum foil in my pantry, or you can use like a plastic bag and put it over the top of something. I'm just using what I have in my house. So whatever you have, there's plenty of potential, I'm sure, to find things to make a shaker out of. So these are my 3 shakers. This is what we've come up with. So I will shake them all for you one more time so you can kind of hear what we've done. And I'm super interested to see what you have at your house and what kind of shakers you've come up with. So this was our first one. And this was our second one. And then this was our third one. So those are our 3 shakers. We did a small one, a medium one, and then a large one using materials like paper cups and cardboard boxes and little glass Tupperwares, but really anything you have at your house will be great. So I'm interested to see what you come up with. It's a fun little project and it's totally yours because you can add or take things away as you choose, or you can try different combinations. So go make some shakers.